Afternoon. Ben's home for the weekend, so yesterday we went to the zoo. Today we've come down to do a bit of predator fishing. It's a bit bright, but we've persisted. We've been fishing in between in the shadow of the boats again. And Ben's had a couple of dropped takes. I've had one and left it a bit long, and it's trying to get the hook out now, but I think we're going to be more likely cutting it out. It should be alright though. It's not a massive hook and it will biodegrade. It's just having a little bash at getting it out before we put it back in. Anyway, hopefully we'll get it out and we'll put him back in. We'll get a still of him. We'll catch a few more. Laters. There's the chief going back. He's a pretty lively chief. Well, he was pretty lively. Oh, he's going dead. Wave him. He's stinging it. Back into the boat. Just put one back, he's in again. And strange enough, they're coming out
on the movement. They're following it.
They're following it out into the middle of the canal. Oh, that sounds a bit. Oh, yeah, there's a bit of a waggling that tip there. Yeah, probably. Yeah. I'm gonna get the net. Hopefully, he gets this one out. Ooh.
It's a little tiddler.
A tiddler.
Get him on the arm.
Getting the net. There we go. Got it out quicker. Hooked in the corner of the mouth as well, so I shouldn't have any problems getting that out. Is it in the corner here?
Sort of, yeah.
You need the tools.
I'll tell you what, that was never coming out.
There it is.
Beauty, that proper fat little fish.
Ooh,
yeah. I think the little ones are sometimes better, aren't they?
Some colours on them, aren't there? It's like those chub I was catching in the week, or last week. They've almost got the, the autumn colours they put on, the bronzes and that.
Yeah.
That's
not
the same,
well fed
isn't it?
though, look at that.
Yeah.
Put a little fat belly on him. Big chunky tail.
Yeah.
Wrist of the tail. They're well fed, these are. There's obviously a lot of little fish in the canal.
I mean, that's a meal for that pike I had last time, isn't it? Even
yeah,
another zander.
You think that's what the big pike eat now, isn't it? These
yeah. Oh! Just dived onto the mat.
Yeah. Nice little chap.
We'll shove him back.
Yeah.
Right, I'm going to get a still out then. He's wobbled one back across the canal. He's got another one. She's about 2 minutes after. He's got another one. Look, Jamie, what's it? I ain't going to catch anything. I'll have to keep doing the camera though, won't I? Hey?
Sticklebacks these are.
To be fair, but it's a pretty little fish. There must be a little pack of them down there.
They started feeding there now because we barely left that tool, that bite. Struck it straight away. You can tell the bites as well. That one like started towing it.
Was it going back towards under the boat? Was it? Yeah.
Yeah. Another fat little, good condition fish. These are.
Yeah.
Wow.
They almost look like sea fish, don't they?
Yeah, as that guy just pointed out, he asked, is it a sea bass?
That's
Is it a fucking sea bass? Yeah.
Very nice.
Nice fish though.
Yeah. Pick of that one.
Yeah, might as well.
Hopefully I'll get one in a minute.
I like the little miniature ones.
Yeah, I'm going to get a still, get back on with it.
I'm going to run out of bait at this rate.
Later. I think I'm just here to net them today. We've had another one, hasn't he? We've moved down. The sun's going down a bit now. He's had a nice one from over by the boat there. Can't help himself though. I'm looking after the fish and he's putting his rod back out now. You can see him in the net. Nice fish.
4 or 5 pounds, isn't it?
Hey? Yeah, yeah. We're going to get him out and take a picture of him.
You got a pike? Zander.
Zander?
Yeah.
I'm sitting here nursing his fish. Yeah. He's into another one. I'm getting pissed off with this. I'm just the net man today. Anyway, we're going to get him in the net with the other one. And yeah, I've got them both in the net. Decent, a nice brace of fish there. Yeah, nice brace of fish. You having a photograph with the big one, Ben?
Yeah.
Okay, he's going to get this one out. Are you going to let the little one go first?
I might.
Or are you going to?
I'll try and get both of them on there. I'll get one of both of them and then let the little one go.
Oh, right.
Put them out on the mat.
Yeah. Okay.
Just so that we can show the both together.
It's 5:05. We've had a banging afternoon. I've just had one from down there. Ben's had about 3 from over there. Well, yeah, 3, 4, probably 5, 6 takes.
Yeah,
3 fish. 3 of them were dropped. And he's got another one, nice one down here. Really dark fish that is. You manage?
Yeah.
This one is. We haven't been leaving it long at all to strike. I'd rather not catch a fish than deep hook it. And this one's.
They're so weird as well.
He struck straight away. This one's proper buffed it, but I think we'll get this one out now. Probably.
Yeah, definitely.
Anyway, get a little pick later. I suppose we've got till about 6:30 to carry on. We'll carry on, see if we can get a big one later. We're just taking a break now. It's gone pretty quiet now. We're going to be here much longer, so now it's quieting down. We just thought we'd show you the setup that we're using for the Zander and the pike.
Pretty simple, isn't it, Chief? So at the top, you've got a stop knot. Probably won't be able to see that, but that's like a 4-turn stop knot. Or what we usually use is just a colourful elastic band.
What's that for?
And that's just to set the depth. So when you float, obviously you cast in, float rises up to the top, and that sets the depth. And that's fished. You've been fishing off bottom, haven't you?
Yep.
So you've had the bait suspended up in the water, and I've been fishing with the bait on the bottom, and then just twitching it back every now and then. So yeah, so we start off with a stop knot, so that sets the depth. Then we got a bead, and all that's to do is that just buffs up against the stop knot or the elastic band, and stops the float from passing above it. And we've got a float, just a sort of little pike float. You don't need a big one. You're not casting far, and you're not using big baits, are you? So only a little one. And then that goes down, and the next thing we've got is one of these Fox egg sinkers, which are really good. They have like a little bit of silicone, so it's a little. So I'll pull it apart. So you've got, there's the weight there. You thread it on the line, and then this little piece of silicone just pushes onto it like that.
Yep.
And then the other end of the silicone just buffs up against the swivel. So number 8. Again, you don't have to have big swivels. And with that lead on there, it's very neat, isn't it? You don't get any tangles fishing like that. So I've been fishing with my weight on the bottom, and you've had yours sort of suspended. And obviously the purpose of the weight is to cop the float. Okay, and then we've got a hook length, which is a lot different to what most people use for predators, isn't it? Because it's not a wire, it's not a metal trace. It's a heavy, is it mono? Yeah, it might have heavy mono in it. Heavy monofilament called Amnesia, and that's
£30 in it.
yeah, £30, but it's really thick. And yeah, we find, especially perfect for zander, because you never get bitten off by zander, and even the pike we catch,
As long as you check it after you've caught.
Yeah, I mean the odd thing to do is if it does get a bit scuffed, is to change it after the fish. But generally with the fights we get, they're only a minute long. So
We've never had one bite us off, have we?
No, I mean I've got a bit. It's a bit rough there, so I'd have to change it.
And then you got
next session, and then that's in this Amnesia. It's not because it's such a thick mono. You can't do your, you can do your normal knots, but you can't do the normal turns. So that's a grinner knot tied on there, but only using 2 or 3 turns, and that's just enough to lock it in. If you do too many turns, you get a big fat knot, and it doesn't quite lock in properly, does it? So I only need 2 turns on that one, and then just the hook, which is number
1 T6 Raptor in it.
Yeah, these are good. These they're only in barbed, but we don't tend to fish barbed, just especially with zander and predators that are prone to swallowing the hook. Just nick the barb down. And for bait, just been using little dead baits. I've been using roach and what are the other ones we use? Sprats. But something about that big, 4 or 5 inches long. 2 ways to hook them. I've been hooking them just through the tail up there like that, leaving plenty of the point showing to hook the fish. When the fish takes the bait, it takes the head first, so you want the hook away from the head, so that when you set it, you can imagine you had a bite. No. So yeah, and then we just tip that off with a bait flag, and what that does, adds a little bit of colour, and it also stops the bait from flying off the hook when you cast in and retrieve it. The other way, so the way you've been hooking it, it's a bit different to me, isn't it?
Yeah.
Because you've been suspending the bait, you've just been hooking it through the backbone.
Just
like
through the back, yeah.
Just the backbone like that, so the fish sits naturally in the
as it moves along there.
yeah, and when you twitch it back, it looks like it's. And you've been using Sprat, and they're nice and silvery. Again, attached with the bait flag. And it's a simple case. We've only been fishing 1 rod each, and casting it out and periodically twitching it back. That's been doing the business.
We've had a fair few fish, to be fair. How many do you reckon, Ben?
I've had about 7 or 8. And you? What have you had? 4
or 5? 4 or 5, yeah. 4.
We've lost so many as well.
Yeah.
I bet we probably lost that same amount.
We probably won't get down here again this season, because it gets a bit busy when it gets warmer, doesn't it, Ben?
Yeah, yeah.
So, until probably next year. We'll be back. See you later. Tight lines.